Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Ben Hamilton, president of ImagineAir. ImagineAir is using software to disrupt on-demand aviation. Today, we're a team of more than 50 aviators and software developers with over 100 years of senior leadership experience in firms that include United Airlines, Apple, and eBay. We have a vision for a simpler, safer, and faster way to travel. Think of the last time you went to Nashville, Savannah, Destin, or Birmingham. Regional travel is highly inefficient. If you think about it, it takes almost as long to go from Buckhead to Hilton Head as it does to go from Atlanta Hartsfield to London Heathrow. It's not long-range travel, but it's short-range travel that's an enormous pain point for millions of road travelers every year that spend more than $300 billion annually, plus their lost time. Time that could be spent building your business, at your kids' school play, or simply getting home in time for dinner. ImagineAir gets you home for dinner by flying you over the traffic, by utilizing the thousands of small local airports closest to where our customers work, live, and play. Booking with ImagineAir is immediate and at your fingertips. There are no hurdles to becoming a customer. You don't have to buy a $500,000 fraction of an airplane as you do with NetJets, or pay a $16,000 membership fee as you do with Wheels Up. You simply enter your credit card and you go. There's no TSA or boarding lines. You're going to drive right up to your aircraft where you're met by an experienced professional pilot who's going to take your bags and board you on one of our many Cirrus SR-22 aircraft. With its luxury car-like feel and next-generation safety features, this airplane's been instrumental in getting new people onto a small airplane for their first time. One of those safety features is called CAPS. CAPS is a full airframe parachute that can lower the entire aircraft to the ground if there's ever a problem we can't solve in the air. So how does this compare to air charter? Well, it doesn't. At an average price point of around $7,500, flying private has always been for the rich and famous, and Tom Price, of course. In contrast, ImagineAir's average price point's around $1,200, and that's for the entire aircraft, which seats up to 3 passengers. Good news for Tom. Traditional air charter is also a very clumsy industry. They still use brokers and fax machines. It takes hours to book a flight, and in contrast, ImagineAir lets you book your flight in less than 3 minutes online. How do we do it? We wouldn't be here today if it weren't for our technology, which we've invested over 40,000 man-hours to date. This technology does several things that have yet to be done in on-demand aviation. It allows for online bookings of on-demand flights in real time. It dynamically prices flights to reduce the amount of empty leg flying we do, to increase our utilization, and maximize availability for our customers. And then finally, it integrates this front-end booking engine with our back-end operation, which is managed entirely by this platform. So let me show you some examples of what this technology can do for you. Yesterday, we flew a flight from Kennesaw, Georgia to Hilton Head, South Carolina, turning a 5-hour drive into a 1-hour and 24-minute flight, and we did it for $942 for the entire aircraft. We also flew a flight from Athens, Georgia to Knoxville, Tennessee, turning a 4+ hour drive into a 47-minute flight. And what was neat about this is that they had 3 passengers on board, so they effectively flew private for less than $300 per person. Now you can go to or from any orange dot you see on the map. You can go one way, you can go round trip, you can go multi-city. The airplane's yours to book. So who are flying on these flights? Well, our customers are doctors, they're lawyers, they're politicians, they're venture capitalists. They come from many different industries, but what they all have in common is that they value their time, and they're turning a 3 to 8 hour drive into a 1 to 2 hour flight. Our historical cost of acquiring a customer is $397, with each customer yielding more than $11,000 of lifetime revenue. And ImagineAir's proven this as we've flown over 25,000 passenger trips to date. And while many investors have told us this sounds like a very capital-intensive business, we've chosen a path that requires a capital outlay of only $33,000 per airplane, with each airplane able to yield more than $8.5 million of lifetime revenue. The economics are so compelling here because we're not an aircraft acquisition business. We're adding leased aircraft to our platform. Let's take a look at the market. So as we've said, we don't compete with a lot of ultra-expensive charter services that you see at the top of the pyramid like NetJets and Wheels Up. We do take market share from local charter operators because we have the advantage of scale, technology, and network effects. But most of our business is coming from the road, and that's what's going to enable us to serve what will become a $15 billion market. So ImagineAir is here seeking $3 million in capital, which is all it takes for us to get to the level of self-funded growth and nationwide expansion. We've already opened up 5 operating bases in region number 1, and we're going to continue to saturate the East Coast and then expand geographically westward. We've grown our revenue every single year to date through bootstrapping and small angel rounds. The fact is, people use this product. The bump in revenue you see in 2014 was the application of our first small angel round. And as we apply $3 million to our platform, that brings us to more than $5 million in revenue next year and more than $150 million in the year 2022 without the need for additional funding. We've been doing this undercapitalized and under the radar for the last many years. And in that time, we've learned how to acquire customers. We've learned how to grow capacity. We've mastered the operations. We've built the technology that ties all these pieces together for both us and a future acquirer. And most importantly, we've proven that the economics work. ImagineAir is now ready to scale, and we hope you join us for this next wave of air travel. Thank you.